This car is a 1934 Chevrolet, and that's the radiator cap for it. This is last year that they put water in the radiator on the outside of the car. Later on, that you always had to lift up the hood, and you had an inside place. This car was one of 4 that were built at the World's Fair in Chicago. And they assembled the cars. General Motors assembled cars right there at the fair. And they had mostly sedans and coupes, of course. So they sent over to Australia and got these Holden, H-O-L-D-E-N, Holden bodies to kind of spice the thing up. And they had 4 of them there. And they all survived as far as I know. There's one in Florida, one in a place called Ohio, one in Minnesota, and I have one. But this is the most unusual of the bunch because it is owned by a preacher down in Little Rock, Arkansas, and he advertised it for sale many years ago. And a young fellow from Buffalo, New York bought it, and he was a really aggressive kid. And he went around to a lot of, in those days you could go to parts department of Chevrolet and still get parts once in a while. So he got 4 brand new fenders for it. He got new headlights, he got new horns, new bumpers, new hubcaps, new running boards. Well, a page came with it of new parts, and it is typewritten on paper that was single line, and that's how many parts came with the car. And then I bought it from him, and it is kind of a dull dark blue, and I had it restored. And we didn't know what color we were going to paint it, so I went for a ride and I found a Chevrolet truck in the parking lot that's this color. So we made it this color with red wheels. And I guess that's about it. It's just a plain Chevrolet, except that Chevrolet in 1934 made 2 model cars. This is what they call the Deluxe. It's got different front suspension, and it's about 7 or 8 inches longer than the standard was a smaller car the whole way through. And I guess that's about it for the old girl.
Let me ask you again, you said that this is one of 4 made?
One of 4 of these Australian, they call these Phaeton bodies. They have side curtains instead of roll-up glass, you see. And they're a little classier looking, you know, and so sportier. So they sent over to Australia and got these 4 bodies and assembled 4. Otherwise, the car is the same car. It just has a different body.
So Chevrolet was making Chevys in Australia or something?
Well, they eventually bought Holden Body Company. But you see, we could learn a lot from other countries. Australia never manufactured a car. So to make money on their cars, the only thing, I've been told, the only way you get a car over there was have a chassis shipped in. And they made the body. So they made bucks on every gosh darn car that is sold in Australia. That's how they happen to have, you get bodies made. So they had these bodies made for this car that way.
And you said how many were made at the World's Fair?
Well, I don't know how many were assembled at the World's Fair. The cars were assembled there, but only 4 of these Phaetons, these open cars like this particular car. There's only 4 of them. The guy in Ohio used to advertise his as the only one in the world, but he didn't know about the other 3, I guess.